Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Beat the Book. As always, I am your boy, Big Al Better. Didn't have a main video for you guys for, I guess, what day would that have been? For Wednesday, but I'm going to be doing this one for Thursday. There's just one game on the slate, so it's going to go by pretty quick. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome in. Welcome to this. We do NBA betting. We've got some NHL betting, too, from our boy Matty Betts whenever he gets videos out. But our main thing on the channel also is the NFL. That was we started this at the NFL season at the start of the 2024 NFL season. That's just kind of got off the ground. We your boy Matty Bet, he went like 57, 58% with the spreads. I went 60% on over unders. We had a really profitable NFL season rather, and then we started doing daily videos once the NBA playoffs started. We were giving out lock of the week, so those were just shorts for the NBA and NHL down the stretch of the season. But yeah, so we're doing the NBA playoffs now. We've been going through it. It's been a really profitable second round. The first round was about 50%, but the second round has been much more profitable than that. So anyway, we're going to be jumping into this. If you guys are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. Welcome to the channel, like I said. We're going to spend about the first 5, 6, maybe even 7 minutes in this video just recapping our bets because I didn't do a video the day yesterday. We've got 2 days of bets to kind of go over how it went. I did put a short out this morning letting you guys know what my picks were for the day. I don't know if any of you guys saw that. Maybe some of you just watched the main videos. So anyway, without wasting too much time, if you guys are just here for the new picks for the one game, probably skip to about 8 minutes. That's where you're going to be able to get that pick. But for now, I'm going to go through the recap for the people that have been here. So anyway, we're going to go back 2 days ago. We had the Pacers taking on the Cavs in a game, what was it, 5? Might have been, yeah, I think it was game 5. And then we had the Nuggets taking on the Thunder in game 5 as well. So we'll start with the Pacers Cavs. This was we had a great day of betting, guys. If you guys were tailing us, you guys won money. Like that was, if you faded us, you did not have a good night. But anyway, we'll hop into it. So we had the Pacers plus the 7.5. If you guys watched the game, you know they won straight up. They finished it off. Cavs are out of here. See you later. Go hit Cabo. We were also on the under 228.5. I felt like in a closeout game, people would play a little bit tighter. And Donovan Mitchell was questionable, so we didn't know if he was going to play or not. And I was like, if Donovan Mitchell doesn't play, there's no way they get over these points, right? And then Donovan came in, but he didn't have that good of a game, and Garland didn't have that good of a game. So the Cavs did not score as many points as we would have thought. Pacers took over late, and they did stay under. It was close. It was dicey, but they did stay under this number. So that's 2 cashes for that. As far as the 4 pick, we were right there, guys. We had Evan Mobley 30 plus PRA. I think he got close to 40. We had Halliburton 30 plus PRA. He was like mid 30s. Siakam 27 plus PRA, he broke 30. And then our last line was a guy who'd been killing it in the series, Max Strus, 21 plus PRA. I can't even make it up. The guy goes 0 of 7 from 3. Like, if he would have just hit a couple of those, he would have hit it. But he had, like, I think 5 rebounds and a bunch of assists. So I think he got to, like, 10 or 11. So it's like, dang, if he would have just hit a couple of those threes, we would have been in business. But he just had a bad shooting night. So we missed on the 4-pick parlay because of that. But hey, good for the Cavs, good for the Pacers. I also, if you guys went back a couple videos ago, once the Pacers went up 3-1, I told you guys 95% of the time they win that series. We looked at the series totals in the series market. We looked at the odds for them to win the series as minus 300, and I was like, yo, that's pretty good value, 1-3. If you want to take that, all you would have had to do is like, if you did make that, I'm not saying you should have because you guys, it's your bankroll, you're responsible for it. But if you did make it, it was like literally 24 hours later you cashed that ticket, which is kind of funny. For my part, I wasn't able. As you guys know, I can't bet online in the state I'm in, so I had to get to a casino, and I couldn't get to the casino in time to make that bet before that game had started, so the line had changed. So unfortunately, I didn't even get to go make that bet, which I really wanted to. But such is life, such is life. So yeah, Pacers move on. They're waiting for the Knicks or the Celtics, and that's going to be an epic series. So, but shout out the Pacers. They had a great series. Nobody gave them any respect. They were underdogs, I think, in every single game, basically. So yeah, that's a pretty good series. And then yeah, we did good on that. So we hit bing bing. We had the spread right and we had the under right. So moving on to the second game of that night, we had the Nuggets Thunder game 5. This has been just an incredible series. I've had tons of fun watching. I hope you guys have too. We were on the under in this game also. I thought the defensive intensity would pick up because of where they were at, and they'd had 2 games in a row at that point that had been unders. They had an overtime game that had been under, and then the game coming off the overtime game had been way under. So I was like, yo, like, yeah, they're starting to score. Like, they may not have as bad of a game as coming off an overtime game, but the defensive intensity should still be there. And I didn't expect Denver to score as many points on the road as they do at home. And that's exactly what happened. So we cashed the under on that game. 220.5 was the line. They got to 217, so it was really close. It wasn't like we were breathing comfortably, but they did stay under. And then we had the Nuggets plus 10.5. They ended up losing the game by 7. I think it's 106. what was the final score? 107, 112. I think was the final total. Something along maybe 105, 112. Yeah, 105, 112 for a 217 total. That was what it was. Anyway, so Nuggets cover for us again. We've taken the Nuggets in every single game, and they have covered. They've won 2 straight up. They've been underdogs in every game. They won 2 straight up, and then they covered in the other 2. So we've only lost 1, and that was the big blowout. So another good cash. As far as the 4 pick on this one, it doesn't do as good. We had OKC money line. They've done it in every game. They don't do it in this one. The Nuggets took the first quarter. Caruso over 13.5 PRA. He ended with, I think, 20. Holmgren over 9.5 rebounds. He actually only got 8, or he ended on 9. And then Aaron Gordon 30 plus PRA. This is the first game in the series. Well, second game in the series that he hasn't had 30 PRA, and he ended at like 21, I think. So unfortunately that doesn't hit. And then our 2-pick parlay was Gordon 30 plus, obviously a loss, and Strus 25 plus. Neither of those hit. So great night for the main bets. Cavs under, Pacers on the spread, Nuggets on the spread, and the under in that game. So freaking huge dub. Moving into how the next games went. I put out a short this morning for you guys. Like I said, I don't know if you guys saw it, but basically I had to make it a minute. So I told you guys I liked the Celtics tonight, and they were minus 6.5 last night, when I first saw them. But when I gave it out, they'd moved to 4.5. I said I love the Celtics, and I like the over because it was 8.5. Both of those cash, no big deal. If you guys don't believe me, you can go check that short. I don't lie on this channel. And then for the second game, I didn't give out any player props. I said Jaylen Brown overs. He got to 45 PRA. So if you took him on that, you were good. If you took him on points, I got a line of 26.5. He got to 26. You can't even make it up. So if you're able to get his line at 25 or 26, you did good. But if you got over that, you didn't do good. But if you took his PRA, you killed it. And then for the second game of the night, I was on the under 202 with the Warriors game. I thought the Warriors defense would show up and play well. And then I was on the Warriors plus 10.5. The Warriors lost by 12, or I think it was 12 or 13 points, and then unfortunately they got up to 235 or it was close to 240 at the end final score. So yeah, both of those miss. We hit on the first 2, and technically we hit on Jaylen Brown if you took his combo stats, and then we missed on the other 2. I also told you guys I liked Kuminga because he'd been killing it. He did have a good game. And then I liked Jimmy Butler, and he kind of let us down. I don't know what happened to Jimmy Butler down the stretch. He had a great game 3, and then just game 4 and 5 didn't really feel like he showed up as far as the score in a big way. So anyway, that is so yeah, like I said, been a profitable second round. We split this night, so that is what it is. All right, 7 minutes 40 seconds into the video, about the 8-minute mark. Welcome back to the people who just skipped to 8 minutes. We're gonna go ahead and hop into this game that we've got tonight. I'm gonna switch the screen for you guys. If you're still here, provided you're still here, we got the Thunder taking on the Nuggets. It's a 5-point spread. Over under, it's set at 216.5. So for this one, my thoughts. The last game was in OKC. They got to 217, which is right on this number. I mean, 216.5. You can't even make this one up, right? I expect Denver to play better at home. I expect them to actually push the pace. I think that their thought process should be, let's get a lead, let's hold a lead, let's run. And I think that's what they're going to try to do. So I like the over in this spot. I think they're going to get up to the 220s. And then I like the Nuggets here plus 5. Like I said, we've taken them in every single game. I think they force a game 7, which means I think they win this thing straight up. We don't bet money lines on this channel, even when they're plus money. We don't do money lines. There's no skill in taking a money line. It's like, oh, I'm picking the winner. It's like, no, pick a spread. That actually takes a modicum of skill, right? Playing numbers, right? Taking a winner, that's child's play. So anyway, we're going to take the Nuggets plus 5, or at least I'm taking the Nuggets plus 5. Taking them every time. They haven't let me down yet. They've won 2 straight up. They're back at home. They got to sleep in their own beds. The Thunder are on the road, coming off a hard-fought game. The Nuggets have had a chance to win both these last 2 games as well. They had a 8-point lead, I think, in that other one down the stretch, and then they just gave it up at the end. I don't know if they got gassed or what. Jokic had a great game. So yeah, anyway, that's what I like. I like the over in this game. I think we're going to see the Nuggets role players. Gordon had a bad game. I think he's going to score more points. Murray had a great game. I think he's probably going to have another good game. Porter Jr., he was atrocious. I think he's going to score a lot of points in this one as well. So, yeah, I like the over 216.5, and then I like the Nuggets plus 5. I think they'll get the job done and win it. If they don't win it, they probably lose by 2, and then, we'll see you guys next season, basically. So, yeah, that's what I like there. As far as the 4-pick parlay for you guys for this one, I got a little crazy with it, I guess. Maybe it's not a little crazy. We're taking a couple different things that you guys might find controversial, but I've got all the numbers to kind of back up why I'm taking it. So our first pick is going to be Jalen Williams under 21.5. Fun fact for you, he's only gone over this number in one game, and it was that game he popped off for the 38 points, which was Game 3 in Denver. Okay. Next, we got Shea Gilgeous-Alexander under 29.5 points, which is his line. Jalen Williams' line we're taking under his line, and we're going to take Shea under his line. He's only gone over this number. He's only broken 30 points at home. The two games on the road, what do you have? I got it written down right here. I think 18 and 14 points. 18 points and 25 points on the road. The home games, he's gone 34, 33, and 31. But on the road, he has been under this number. So, and I know it's a little bit dangerous taking Shea's under because he's such a stud, and he can easily get to 30. But we're just gonna trust what the data has shown us so far, which is they build the wall. They don't let him shoot. They don't let him, score as many points. So that's what I like there. Then we got Jokic for 2 threes. He had that stretch there for those 2 games, their last 2 home games, where he was just brick city, right? I think he shot 20 threes. He made like 1, or maybe he made none. But this last game, he got his stroke back. I think he had 5 or 6 threes in that game. It was absolutely nuts. So I like him to make 2 threes. We know he's going to shoot 5 or 6 of them, and then he just needs to, make them. And I think he can make 2. And then our final line is going to be Gordon, 30 plus PRA. Aaron Gordon's been the stud in this series. I called that from the beginning. If you guys go back to my preview of this series, which was just the first game, I told you guys Gordon had missed a bunch of games against these guys in the regular season, and I expect him to play big. He's gone over 30 PRA in all but 2 of the games. Game 2, he didn't go over that, and then this last game. And right after Game 2, his next game, 35. So, and then he had 35 again. So I think coming off that kind of not as good of a game, he's going to bounce back in a big way and have a good one. And he's at home. He only made 1 3 in this last game, and he'd made 2 in all the other games. So I expect him at home to shoot a little bit better. I think he's going to have a big game. I think he'll break this number. This is a plus 1,300 over on DraftKings, which is pretty high. So once again, that's Jalen Williams under his line on points, Shea under his line on points, Jokic 2 3-pointers, and Aaron Gordon 30-plus points, rebounds, and assists. And that's a plus 1,300 over on DraftKings, and that's what I really like for this game. As far as the Warriors T-Wolves, I just want to touch on that before we get on out of here, because that's pretty much all I've got as far as picks for you guys. Aaron Gordon and Jokic would be a nice little combo if you want to take both of them for 2 threes and stitch that together as a little parlay. I guess I could throw that together. I like to make one little easy little 2-pick parlay. Usually it's 1 pick from each game, but since there's only 1 game, I guess I can just throw this in here real quick and see what that would pay out. I don't think it's going to pay out a ton, but Gordon 2 threes, and then find Jokic, Nikola Jokic 2 threes. Boom, I'll switch the screen so you guys can actually see the bet slip up here. It's a plus 200. It's not the best thing in the world. Maybe you take Jokic for 3 threes. Maybe we take Jokic and Gordon for 3 threes. There you go. Plus 950. Is that as likely to happen? No. But Gordon coming off a 1-3 game, he's been taking about 5 a game. So if he just shoots good because they need it, that's not a bad deal. Or maybe we even go down here and add in, not Brown. I mean, we could take Murray for 2 threes and then take Michael Porter Jr. for 3 threes. Now you got yourself a plus 5,500. There you go, guys. 3 threes from everybody except Murray. Frick it. Why don't we throw Murray in for 3 threes while we're at it? Plus 9,000. There you go. 4 good dudes to make 3 threes. That's not too big of a deal, right? Plus a quick 90 times your bet. That's an easy one, right? Super easy. Definitely hits. If that hits and I don't bet it, I'm going to be pretty upset. But no, I'm just kind of throwing that out there as a kind of more of a joke. But I like Jokic and Gordon for some threes. And like I said, I think Porter plays better at home. And I think Murray's going to have a good game too. So do with that what you will. Maybe do a little research of your own if you want to. Let me switch back here to this bet scene. But anyway, to touch on the Warriors, as far as this is just basketball fan stuff. It's not even really like betting stuff. So if you guys don't care about it, then you guys can just bail out of here. But my thoughts on the series, I think we kind of got robbed as basketball fans in this series because you had Steph in the first game pulls his hamstring or strains it, whatever you want to call it, before even halftime. Had 13 points in 13 minutes, was absolutely cooking. And then they win that game, right? And they're up 1-0, and then they lose 4 in a row, the Warriors. They can't win a single game. And it's like you just feel like you got robbed of what would have been an awesome series. Like, that series could have been as good as this Thunder Nuggets series has been. Like, back and forth. Could have been epic, dude. And Ant led the league in 3-pointers because he was in that Olympics game with Steph and learned a bunch from him. And him and Steph had a little 3-point shooting contest, and he actually beat Steph in it. So he's like, oh, if I can beat Steph in it, then I should just shoot more threes. And then he became. So I was waiting for like that would have been so cool, like a Steph going 3, Ant answers, Steph, and then like a little back and forth. Like it would have just been really cool. And I feel like we just kind of got robbed as fans of that based on this injury that happened, which you can't predict it, and that's life, right? But just a bummer they couldn't get one and get Steph back. I just wanted to see that one time, I guess one more time. But so yeah, I don't know what to think of these Timberwolves going into this next series, because they're gonna play one of these two teams, the Thunder or the Nuggets, and I don't know if I'm gonna be wanting to bet on them, because I don't. What did they prove to me? Like Luka, LeBron, okay, that's impressive to beat them in 5. But to beat a Stephless Warriors, I don't really feel like that's a huge feat, personally. So I don't know what to think of the strength of that team. I guess we could go to this team futures. Let's see what the T-Wolves are +5. So they're the second most favorited team to go win the whole thing right now. And I don't even know if that's, behind the Thunder and behind the Nuggets are +2,500. They got to make it out of this series, obviously. But yeah, I don't even know. I don't know what to think about that. I don't trust them. As far as this, we have tickets from the beginning of the season. Well, not beginning of the season, beginning of the playoffs. If you guys watch my NBA playoff prediction video, it got a lot of views, but most of you are probably pretty new, so didn't watch that. If any of you guys are even still watching this video at this point, but if you are, I took 6 teams, because the Thunder were -125 and the Celtics were +100 at the start of the playoffs. And so I said, let's spread the field. We'll fade the top 2 teams. So we faded the Thunder and we faded the Celtics, and I took 3 teams from the East, 3 teams from the West. We only have 1 team left in the West. That was the Nuggets. We got them at pretty much, I think, the same number. We had the Lakers, and we had the Clippers, I think, is who we took, because they were really hot. No, we had the Rockets, and I didn't know the Rockets were going to be playing the Warriors in the first round, or I would have never taken them. I would have taken the Warriors, which that still would have lost, But and then in the East, we took the Pacers, the Cavaliers, and the Knicks. Now, the worst odds we got was the most favorited team we took was the Cavs +650. So we made 6 picks, right? And we put the same unit on all of them. And the worst we could have done was get half a unit back. So that's a profit, right? As long as one of those teams won. Now the Pacers were over +2,000, and the Knicks were in the thousands as well. So if the Knicks can finish off this series against the Celtics, we guarantee one of those teams is making it to the finals, right? Which is pretty sweet. And then they just need to obviously win it for us to win. But that's why I'm really pulling for the Nuggets here, because if they can get the job done against the Thunder, then they can get the job against the T-Wolves. Regardless, we have a ticket that wins, because we'll have Knicks, Pacers, Nuggets, all 3. And if it's Nuggets against the Pacers or Knicks, then we are guaranteed one of those. And they were, like I said, double-digit odds, like +2,000. So Pacers Nuggets would be the best money-wise payout for the tickets we made prior to the playoffs starting. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't know. Like I said, we'll have to see how the Timberwolves do in this next series, like whoever they line up against, and I'll obviously do my own research, like I've been doing before the series starts, whenever we find out who they're going to be playing. But yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to rank the Timberwolves based on that. Like they beat the Warriors in 5, but you didn't really beat the Warriors. Like you didn't beat Steph's Warriors. You beat the Diet Warriors. And that's just, I don't know how to feel about it. I don't know how to, and I'm a Warriors fan, but I'm not even it's not even that. It's just like, you take away the best player in a series, which Steph is for the Warriors, and it's like, okay, would the Warriors win? Would the T-Wolves have won that series without Anthony Edwards? You know what I mean? Or you take Luka off the Lakers. What do we even? You're supposed to lose at that point. So I don't know. I don't know if it's impressive. You know what I mean? I don't know if I'm impressed by these T-Wolves. That's all. Like the first round, yes, beating the Lakers, that was impressive because nobody had them beating the Lakers. So that was impressive. But beating this Warriors team, that doesn't impress me at all. because you just did what you were supposed to do. And you're lucky, in my opinion, that Steph wasn't there, because based on how close a lot of those games were too, like if Steph was there, that series is completely different. And we'll never know. I'm just rewriting history or whatever they say, because I can't prove that, but it's just in my mind. Like, so I don't know. We're gonna have to see, but they didn't prove anything to me, so we'll have to. When my research will tell me, what how they did against the Thunder, how they did against the Nuggets, and we'll kind of see how those matchups match up. But yeah, that's just me kind of rambling, guys. It's been an awesome NBA playoffs. Tatum getting hurt totally sucks. Nobody wants to see that. The Celtics, we played the bounce back tonight because, or I guess last night, whatever, because we had a feeling that Jaylen Brown had been playing, I thought, a solid series, even though he's getting ripped online by all these people on Twitter and stuff for sucking and like not playing well and all this. He dropped to 26. He had 45 PRA, no big deal. Had a feeling that they would at least take care of one more. Can they win this series? Absolutely they can. Will they? I doubt it. I think the Knicks probably put them away at home in the next game. And then yeah, you're gonna have. I think it's gonna be Pacers Knicks, and then hopefully it's Nuggets Timberwolves, but it's looking like it's gonna be Thunder Timberwolves. Regardless, the finals is gonna be awesome, and we'll have one more round to make some bets and make some picks and be profitable. After this series ends, after the next round ends, I'll have a video breaking down how we did in each of the rounds and our profitability, so you guys can get a really, I like to be transparent about how our betting record has been. The 4-pick parlays, once again, I'm gonna break down those pick by pick, and I'll give you out the total we hit on the just individual props. But those, like I always tell you guys in the videos, those are not like. Our record's going to suck with those because we've only hit like 4 of them, but those are meant to be for fun, so those aren't serious bets. I'll still give you guys the totals we did on them, but as far as like that affecting our overall profitability, it's not going to really factor in a lot because of the fact that the amounts I'm putting on that are so much smaller than the amounts I'm putting on the over-unders and the spreads. And you guys, I encourage you guys to do that too. And always, too, you guys don't be gambling if you guys don't have, disposable income. Don't be wasting money. And you guys need to be really, like I'm encouraging people, you should be smart with it. Protect the bag, as we say on the channel, protect the bag and beat the book. Like if you don't have good bag, if you're not protecting the bag and making sure you're betting with a proper unit size and adjusting as need be, then you're not going to be profitable long term as a gambler or as a bettor. So make sure you're doing your due diligence and protecting your bag and beating your book. Anyway, I'm just going to end this video right here. I feel like I've just kind of rambled a bunch, but thank you guys as always for tuning in. I do appreciate it. If you learned anything from this rant or you agree or disagree, let me know in the comments below. I do like interacting with you guys. Hopefully you guys were able to win some money tonight. Like I said, if you were on the Celtics or the Knicks, you did win some money. If you followed me with the Warriors and the under, we all lost. But that is life, baby. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. You just got to keep swinging. Shots on goal. That's what we do here. Shots on goal. So anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. If you are new, please like and subscribe. It's been a blast, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for the next video. Peace.